Does the color of a guard dog's coat actually change how it behaves? Most people say no. Science says it's complicated. Let's find out. First, what actually determines coat color in dogs? It comes down to two pigments: eumelanin, which produces black and brown, and pheomelanin, which produces red and yellow tones. Every coat color a dog has, fawn, red, black, brindle, is just a variation of these two pigments being switched on or off by genetics. But here's where it gets interesting. The genes that control pigment and the genes that control behavior share some of the same biological pathways. This is called pleiotropy. One gene, multiple effects. It's the same reason white cats with blue eyes are more likely to be deaf. Color and biology are more connected than most people think. So what does this mean for guard dogs? Let's start with fawn. Fawn is one of the most common colors in guard breeds. You see it in the cane Corso, the Boerboel, the Dogo Argentino, and the Bull Mastiff. Breeders who work with fawn dogs often describe them as more approachable, easier to socialize, calmer in neutral environments. But is that the color, or is it selection bias? Fawn cane Corsos have been bred as companion guard dogs for decades. The selection was for temperament alongside appearance. So the calmer behavior may have nothing to do with the color itself, and everything to do with what breeders chose to pair together. Now, red. Red and mahogany coats carry the highest concentration of pheomelanin. You see it in the red Doberman, the red Malinois, and the mahogany Rottweiler. Some experienced handlers report that red dogs, specifically red Dobermans, carry a sharper edge, more reactive, more alert. There is no peer-reviewed study that confirms this directly, but the handler community is consistent enough that it can't be completely dismissed. One theory: red pigmentation is linked to higher testosterone sensitivity in some mammals. Whether this applies to dogs at the same level, unconfirmed, but the theory exists. Now, black. Black coat dogs dominate the guard and working dog world. Black German Shepherds, black Rottweilers, all black cane Corsos, black Dobermans. Black is produced by dominant eumelanin expression, the same pathway linked to neurological stability in several mammal studies. In working dog selection programs, military and police, black and tan dogs are disproportionately selected, not because of the color itself, but because the breeding lines that produce consistent black coats also tend to produce more predictable, stable temperaments. The color became a proxy for lineage quality. Now let's look at specific breed evidence. The Rottweiler. Standard color is black and mahogany. Any deviation, red, fawn, or blue, is considered a fault by every major kennel club. Why? Because off-color Rottweilers often come from outside established working lines. The color signals the lineage, not the temperament directly. The Doberman. 4 recognized colors: black, red, blue, fawn. Among Schutzhund and IPO competitors, black Dobermans statistically place higher. But trainers argue this is because black Dobermans come from more rigorously selected European working lines, not because black makes them better. The cane Corso. Black is considered the most dominant and stable. Gray is calmer and more docile according to Italian breeders. Fawn is the most social. Brindle is somewhere in the middle. These aren't scientific studies. They're generational breeder observations, but they're consistent across multiple countries. The Boerboel. Breeders consistently report that darker-coated Boerboels carry stronger guarding instinct and higher territorial drive. Again, no controlled study confirms this, but 3 generations of South African breeders saying the same thing carries its own weight. So what does science actually say? The most relevant study comes from coat color research in Labrador retrievers, published in 2018, which found that chocolate Labradors had measurably different behavior profiles than black or yellow Labradors. Not dramatically different, but measurably different. The researchers concluded that this was likely due to the behavioral traits being inadvertently co-selected alongside the coat color gene, not caused by color itself. This is the key insight for guard dogs too. Color doesn't cause temperament, but color can travel with temperament because breeders select both at the same time. So what's the verdict? Most commonly bred for companionship alongside protection. Sociable, approachable, the most human-oriented of the 3. Anecdotally sharper, Higher reactivity reported consistently by experienced handlers. No confirmed science, but too consistent to ignore. Most strongly associated with working line selection. Predictable, stable, the color most trusted by military and police programs worldwide. The color itself doesn't change the dog, but the breeding decisions made around that color absolutely do. Choose the breeder, not the color.